welcome to mini Bible study videos. They have several purposes. The first is for Christian educators who work with adults. These different methods of doing Bible study are part of my 2-week online course called Teach Adults, offered through beadisciple.com. The second purpose is just for anyone who wants to try out a variety of Bible study styles. Maybe you'll find a type of study that suits you and explore doing more of it on your own. So the method I want to share with you today is to do a study that uses a different POV or point of view than you usually use. Now, like some other ways I've suggested in these videos, there's a caveat, a beware, and it's hard beware to frame correctly. So I'm just going to say this from my POV as an older white North American woman. I found great benefit in studying Scripture from the perspective of womanist theologians like Dolores Williams, or liberation theologians like James Cone or John Sorbino, or Minjung theologians like Byung-Mu An. But that doesn't mean I'm immune to having my own POV, my own point of view, my own worldview. And that POV has at its foundation both the ways in which, as a woman and an older woman, I may be marginalized, and the ways as a middle-class white North American I might be privileged. Each of us has a complicated worldview of our own, and it only gets more complicated as we learn what the world looks like through the eyes of others. And the same is true of Scripture. Even reading simple Scripture can seem very complicated once we start seeing, reading, and hearing it as others do. But that is a blessing. It reflects reality, the wonderful diversity of God's creation. If you want to experience more of the fullness of God, study Scripture in as many ways, through as many points of view as you possibly can. So let's take an example that's tailor-made for diversity. Acts 2, 1 through 4. You can pause the video here while you read. I found a great list of resources on this Pentecost story on textweek.com. Just go down the list on any site like that until you find a title or an author or a description of an article or book or story that sounds far from your typical point of view. For me, as I looked down that list, I was caught by the familiar names. But to deepen my understanding of Pentecost, I should choose something that's completely new to me. Maybe Catherine Gonzalez's The Ins and Outs of Pentecost, or Michael Jagasar's Windrush, Affirming Diversity. Now, I might or might not agree with all that I read, but it will deepen and develop my faith to read those things. It will transform me if I give it a chance, because it will help me to see how others live in and out of their own faith and their own perspectives. And that will broaden mine and deepen my understanding and my faith. I invite you to enjoy some POV exploration of your own today. God bless.